So I think for the short term, for the next few months, the Fed is on autopilot. We'll get a December hike, and yesterday's statement very much reinforces market expectations of that. The plan for reducing the balance sheet is set. So I don't think the change per se will change much in the short term. Over the longer term, that's a different issue. But I agree with all those that say over the short term, it's not going to fundamentally change monetary policy.
What if we get a John Taylor as vice chair? Does that change?
I don't think in the short term, whether it's John Taylor, Kevin Walsh, Jerome Powell, or any of the others, it will change because the Fed is embarked on this beautiful normalization. It has stopped QE, it has raised rates, it has declared a path for reducing its balance sheet without disrupting markets and without derailing the global recovery. And I don't think anybody would want to mess with this beautiful normalization.
The beautiful normalization seems to be really reflected in the markets at this stage, whether it's the U.S. Treasury market, what we've been seeing in equities globally. But do you think there could be a degree of over-complacency when you're talking about the great normalization, not just at the Fed, but what's been going on at the ECB as well?
So in my mind, there's no doubt there's over-complacency, but for good reason. It has paid you very well in the last few years. In the last few years, the best trade was to go long the market and buy every correction. And I think the market has been conditioned to continue with a very profitable trade. So you need a major shock or a major series of shocks to change that conditioning.
Like what?
A major geopolitical shock, a major policy mistake, finding out that some segment of the market is well overexposed and you get an accident there. But it has to be something major. Small things will not derail this market.
Some investors we speak to are rather nervous that perhaps we could see a flaring in tensions from North Korea, given that U.S. President Donald Trump is getting ready to come to the region. Do you think that's still a risk out there?
So I think it's one of the risks, and it's very hard for the markets to quantify that risk. Very, very hard. So the market tends to say, it's a risk, but I'm not going to price it in for now.